This is the Henry's Child Podcast. Am I crazy? Or am I just raving?
Hey guys, Thom here. Today's Am I Crazy or Am I Just Raving Henry's Child podcast episode is a between-isode. It's actually number 14. And today I wanted to take just a few minutes to prepare you for what's going to happen on Saturday. So Saturday, we're playing the Wow Hall. Typical Wow Hall fashion, doors open, I believe, at either 8 or 8:30, and we'll probably be playing around 10:15 to 10:30. Of course, if you show up early, that's the best time to come hang out with the band and get a drink for a bunch of really great bands that are going to be playing that night. Also on Saturday, we're doing a photo shoot for the cover of our forthcoming album. And I alluded to this in the last podcast episode, and we'll also be making an announcement on Facebook. But because you listened to this podcast, I wanted to make sure that you had the firsthand information directly from the source. So here's what it is. We're going to be shooting a photo shoot at the Bijou Theater at 9 a.m. on Saturday, April 14th. The Bijou Theater is located at 492 East 13th Avenue in Eugene. And again, that's 492 East 13th Avenue in Eugene, a few blocks up from Max's Tavern. We request that you wear dark clothes, and just so that you're prepared, we will actually be shooting inside of the theater. So the shot is going to take place basically at the entrance, and what we need is a crowd of folks to be inside of the theater, just like they're watching a movie. We talked to the photographer. His name is David Poutsier. Not quite sure about the pronunciation of the last name, David, so thank you for your forgiveness on that one. But I believe it's Poutsier. So David Poutsier is really going to be running the show with us. And we've rented out the Bijou for a couple hours. And it's very, very important to us to get this shot. We really don't have a lot of time, and we want to get this handled as quickly as possible. Now, obviously, without a cover, we can't release an album. So this is the idea we've got, and we're going to implement it. David seems to think that there should be no problem putting this together. So please show up at the Bijou Theater at 9 a.m. on Saturday, April 14th. And please bring dark clothes. Also, be on the lookout for my daughter, Emma. She's going to be running around with a little portable digital recorder. She's going to be asking attendees about Henry's Child. And we may be passing the recorder back and forth, but I have a new idea. And the new idea is to take these snippets from the show and sort of put them together into a podcast. And really, the cool thing about this podcast is really delivering what people who listen to Henry's Child want to hear. It's been an awesome ride to be able to have this level of communication and to produce these episodes that, quite frankly, are driven by the feedback that I receive. So your contribution is incredibly critical to keeping this project going. If we do want to continue doing podcasts that are related to music and other bands in the scene and other bands that were in the scene that we were in, 20 years ago, we just need feedback. And so again, this is an experiment. I don't know what Emma's going to be wearing that day, but she's my daughter. She's as tall as I am, and she wears glasses, and she has mounds of hair. So be on the lookout for her so that you can contribute. So last week, you heard from Kevin Richardson of Vile Experiment and Sebastian Phoenix of Othris. And it was a really fun podcast to do. It was really great to get together and talk about the synergy, not only from the past, but the synergy that has sort of been brought forth with this renewal, with this reunion of Henry's Child in the incarnation it is today. And it's so funny because when you're in a moment, you don't really realize how impactful that moment is going to be in the future. So to really be taken by these conversations, by being really engulfed in the sense that there are other people that not only felt the same way, but had the same passion that you do. And their music may be slightly different, and their approach to it may be a little different, but the outcome is really the same. It's passion at a level that is so expressive that it comes out in this creation. And so I really want to honor that. I really want to tell you that it's been such a privilege to get together with these folks and to talk about music and to talk about shows and to talk about the things that are important to them. So just as a quick preview, when we had Kevin and Sebastian in the studio, we ended up doing one-on-ones with them, and they turned out absolutely fabulous. So next week's episode is going to be Rich Clinton talking to Kevin Richardson of Vile Experiment, and we play some of his music, and we generally talk about the Eugene scene. The week after that is going to be the one-on-one with Sebastian Phoenix, which Rich did as well. That is really great too, because we get into a lot of our past history together. We also play some music from Otherus, and we hear how the new album is coming out. So it's been a lot of fun, and those are the ones that are coming out very soon. I've been in talks with Carrie Rich, who is the singer and bass player of Jollymon, to be able to have him come on the podcast. He lives kind of up near the Portland area, so he's going to be headed down to the office to do a quick podcast with me over the next couple weeks. And that's what we've got going on. So just to quickly recap, show up at the Bijou Theater at 9 a.m. on Saturday, April 14th. The Bijou is located at 492 East 13th Avenue, right outside of downtown Eugene. We got the show that evening with Hiding Jekyll, Jollymon, and Tribe of Crows. If you haven't got your tickets yet, they're through Tickets West. You can either go to the Wow Hall site, or there's a link on our website directly to the Tickets West page where you can purchase tickets. Be on the lookout for the Kevin Richardson interview coming out next week, and the Sebastian Phoenix interview coming out the week after that. Thanks again for listening, and I'll see you Saturday morning.